Hi everyone, masofdas here. Talking about the Xbox news that just landed today. And from now on, all Xbox exclusives from Microsoft Studios, obviously there is exclusives not from Microsoft Studios, will be on Game Pass day and date as retail, starting with Sea of Thieves on March 20th. So yeah, you can subscribe to Game Pass, which is I believe it's $7.99 in the UK and it's $9.99 in the States, and play Sea of Thieves from day one. Microsoft even said themselves they've announced a new Halo, new Gears and Forza, because they said forthcoming exclusives, and they said themselves you can play the upcoming Halo game, just play the single player, month for multiplayer if you're subscribing to Gold, and cancel it if you wish. There's a lot of feedback, obviously, online about this. A lot of positive. There is some negative as well. Seeing some people go, "Oh, this is like a Hail Mary from Microsoft," and stuff like that. You know, how they're losing the console race, and putting all the things like that. Some of that could be true, but personally, I've said myself, you can try to find tweets all the way back in 2013 when the Xbox One was first shown with all the DRM stuff and that. I always said I thought this was Microsoft, how their future, going all sort of service-based. Phil Spencer sort of said things about it as well, like service-based games. He even said something about the Netflix model and all. He wants all games together. Some of it's been misquoted, some of it's been backtracking, stuff like that. Obviously, it's hard to get it. I think the best one I've seen of him sort of saying it was an interview with GameSpot. Obviously you can see him in the interview and what he's saying about this sort of thing, about games as service and that, and obviously this now is even incorporated even more and that, and you also take a game like CFC. So I've played the technical alpha, wasn't keen, wasn't going to buy, wasn't going to walk into game and pay 40 quid for it. I'm more than willing to pay 80 quid and have a go at it. I don't know what the likes of Game and the likes of GameStop in the States are thinking of this announcement. I just said that I'm gonna pay the subscription for 8 quid. Crackdown 3, I had no interest whatsoever in that. Yep, I will definitely play it, give it a go now for the subscription, and I can see this being like Microsoft's thing. We don't know what the install base is on the Xbox One. Microsoft haven't announced those numbers, but I think they got 55 million people signed up to Xbox Live. Obviously, that would be across 360, Xbox One, and I don't know if you have to have an Xbox Live account for PC games anywhere. So again, Xbox Games as Services. So CFC is going to appear on PC. It's going to appear on Game Pass at retail. So plenty of places to play it. So I don't know, obviously, if that's taken into account PC people. But even if they got half of that 55 million people to subscribe, that's like 27.5 million people. If they all paid $9.99 a month, that's a lot of money for Microsoft's getting in. And I can actually see this being a benefit for first party. You look at titles, even Halo 5 didn't do that well, but you look at titles like Sunset Overdrive and Quantum Break of Recall, they all pretty much flopped on Xbox. And I can see it now, like, I'm paying my subscription. Oh, look at this new, look at this new game. I'll give that a go. And if Microsoft know they've got 25 million people subscribing to it, will they take risks on games and do more exclusive, knowing that people have got this subscription service and things like that? And I think that's really what the plan is, to keep people in, keep them in the ecosystem. If you're paying for your 50, 60 quid, whatever it is for Gold, you're paying for your Game Pass, and obviously things like Halo 6, for instance, will there be DLC and stuff, and keep you playing, and obviously build a community. Will there be now more people playing Crackdown 3 multiplayer? Like, I'll give Crackdown 3 multiplayer a go. Wasn't gonna give it a go. Seen other people say this, on Twitter and Facebook and other social media. Yeah, I'm gonna give Crackdown 3, a go, multiplayer and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. And like I said, I tweeted stuff about this, and I've said before, I think this was the future of Xbox, and I think going forward, this obviously was rumours last week. A guy called Daniel, I can't remember his last name, brought up stuff about this, as that Microsoft is going to have an announcement this week, which is going to be pretty big, and possibly where their future is going to be. And I like I said, I do think this is their future. I would not be surprised if the next Xbox is just like a box, like no disk drive or whatever. Obviously, this is downloads, not streaming like Netflix or PlayStation Now, for instance. This is download. Maybe they can change it to streaming, or maybe you can buy download. Go into Game or wherever and buy a 1 terabyte version or a 5 terabyte version or a 10 terabyte version of the Xbox console. You can install unit games and then download them. When you download them, delete them off if you don't no longer need the games. You could buy external hard drives and stuff like that. So Microsoft can still sell you accessories, small controllers and stuff like that, and then get you subscribing to their service. And I think that's the main thing. They want you to subscribe to the service, all these services, and play their games and stay in their ecosystem. And I can only see this as a good thing. And like I've also said, I can see this as a good thing for the game industry. Not obviously for the likes of Gabe, if he was subbing to this, but different. There's some people I know don't like the Nintendo Switch because it's not a proper game, like a proper games console, like an Xbox One thing. It's this hybrid. But to me, this is a good thing, that all three systems are doing something different. You look back at like the PS2 era and stuff, how dominant the PS2 was, and how, the further three, okay, Dreamcast doing 10 odd million, 20 odd million, Xbox of that, they all were pretty much the same. And even last generation, I know the Wii, was different. The Xbox and the PS3 similar, and even now similar. So if they go somewhere different directions, that can only be a good thing. If they all feel different and it all offers something different, so if Nintendo are doing the Switch, which is a hybrid, you can take it on the go. The other two aren't doing that. That's great. If PlayStation stick to what I think they'll do is like the PS5, if they come out, it'll have its own set of exclusive games. It may get an upgrade like a PS5 Pro. Then you'll get a PS6 and they'll do exactly the same. And it'll be more of like traditional, games. You go into the store, you buy your game, put it in, and that it'll have service stuff around it like PlayStation Plus and now. But obviously, when PS4 announced, that was like a big, sort of deal, that it was just more of a traditional games console. And I think that's when Sony will stick. I think it's a very Japanese thing as well, that sort of thing. And then I think Microsoft will do this service-based stuff. Where, you buy the console or the box, where I think it is, and then you subscribe. Subscribe like you do with your Netflix or Amazon Prime. That sort of thing. And again, would offer something different. It could be a cheaper alternative. This is also a great thing for not people not on a lot of money. You can get an Xbox One S really cheap if you're looking at like now. And then you pay for the subscription. If you're not on a lot of money, you haven't got a lot of money. This is also fantastic and great for like families and stuff as well. So I think it's a really good thing, and what Microsoft are doing. I'll be playing more of their games, especially ones I wasn't that interested in. For that, I got Xbox Mates. If I only got to pay like £8 or something, you give it a go. It's not a huge loss to give Sea of Thieves a go. And if this, is their future, which, like I said, I think it is, the whole difference, uniqueness of all three systems, that'd be great. And, if Microsoft bring this to PC Game Pass, I don't know if it is on PC and that, and there was even hints ages ago on Wall Street Journal, but I think was taken out of context. Spencer said, talked about Minecraft, and like how that's done well on other systems, and like, he was talking about like the PS4's install base, and he's like, how do you get those people like on Xbox Gold and stuff? Like, imagine if Game Pass is just an app, like it's an app on your PS5, for instance, and you pay your subscription, to pay it. I know that sounds daft and makes Microsoft sort of out of like the console game, but they get people paying. Netflix have Netflix originals. Could you have Game Pass like original? Sea of Thieves isn't a Game Pass original. That would be the difference between like an EA Access, which would be comparison to Amazon Prime, for instance. So there's loads of stuff where this could go, but I think the big loser is gaming retail. I know likes of Amazon sell Xbox games, but I think obviously they do way more, different things, and so do the supermarkets, and I think it's the likes of Game that are going to you know, where this affect. Obviously, someone's still got to sell the hardware, accessories, in, you know, even like gift cards for Game Pass and Gold and stuff. Yeah, so really interesting. That's been my thoughts. A bit of a ranty video. Obviously, I wanted to get this out quick. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you again.